so we just got these passed out. I believe it's Dr. Kennedy. He's one of our super fans, and this guy stands out right outside the dugout of every game, and he's screaming at us every second. So I don't know if they made these T-shirts up. I think Matt or Brad or someone, but they made these shirts up and just passed them out. So
getting ready to have lunch with him.
Yeah. So we're going to try
he's
to
a good
travel
dude.
these days if the coach permits.
What? It's a smaller picture question. When you slid into third baseman, what was going on there?
I think that was kind of just a culmination of what was going on with his game. I think there were just a lot of emotions running through it. I was a little upset because I just made that out, the first out at third. There weren't too many words exchanged, but I think some emotions
He's just
came
staring
out.
you down.
Yeah.
So if you'd been saved at third, you would have got up and kept going, I assume, or?
It probably looked that way, and that was probably my intentions. But,
When you talk about the emotion from the other side, like Gilbert had, Lipscomb had, what allows you guys just to stay so steady? Is it age, experience, link, a little of everything?
I think it's a little of everything. I mean, our experience and the number of games we've played just individually and then collectively together just gives us a lot of confidence. And when everyone's doing all the rah-rah stuff and just kind of bringing noise, we kind of like say, okay, they're going to do that. We're going to stay within ourselves and just play the game of baseball.
How anxious were you to get out there for the Super Regional after just pitch running in Statesboro?
Yeah, I mean, I was really excited to be out there, and personally, my emotions kind of elevated a little bit in that series just because I was so excited to get back out there. And it really hurt me to sit on the bench and watch the regional, but we went out there and did the job, and I was just happy to be back out there.
And now, how excited are you to be going to Omaha?
And it's been a dream since I was a little kid. I mean, that's what you do this in college baseball for, and Omaha's the goal. And I think Dave just mentioned this, but last year we wanted to make it to Omaha. This year we want to win the whole thing. So, I mean, we got to step one, and now we got to go finish the job.
Well, since you were listening to Dave, you probably know what's coming next, which is from your freshman year to now, where have you experienced the most growth, and what kind of difference has Link made for you?
Yeah, I mean, Link was huge when he came into the program, and he kind of changed the way we thought about kind of like our culture and how we went about things. For me, I just came in, and you don't really know a whole lot about college baseball when you're a high school player. You're kind of on top of the world, and everything kind of goes your way. And then when you come in as a freshman, you kind of get knocked back down. So throughout the years, just the experience, and then each individual and team success that helps you out just builds you up into a better player. And I think collectively, we've all kind of experienced that growth, and it's really helped us.
What can you say about Jack Penny stepping in when you were out for a little while?
Yeah, Jack did a great job, and me and Jack have been out there working together the whole entire year, and I'm trying to show him things that I've learned along the way, and he really performed when he was out there, and he did awesome. And even when I got back out there, Jack was unbelievable this week and was my biggest fan and supporter, and I know he's going to have a great career.
There's a lot that comes with going to Omaha besides just playing baseball. What are you guys most excited for?
I think we're just excited to get out there. I mean, we've been on the road for I don't know how long now, but we're getting back on the plane today, and we're going to go to Omaha and do this tour of the stadium. So I think we're just excited to see what it's all about, and just get out back on the field and play.
You guys have had to get fired up for these big trips, for Statesboro, for Knoxville. Is this the most fired up you guys have been getting on a plane?
I think so, yeah. I think it's kind of a routine now. We've done it probably 4 or 5 weeks in a row. So we're kind of used to it, but just the emotions and the vibes we're riding right now, we're going to try to take that to Omaha.
If you win, will you keep the mustache?
This mustache might stick with me for a really long time if we win this thing, yeah.
How much confidence are you guys playing with right now?
I think it's the most confidence we played with all year. I mean, we've kind of gone through some ebbs and flows this season. We got all the way up to number 1, and then we kind of got our butts kicked a little bit on the road, and then we had to elevate back up. But I think we're playing with the most confidence we've had all year, and maybe all collectively we've had since we all started playing together.
What's the mental approach at the plate like right now?
It's the same as always. It's just getting up there and stacking quality at bats. Usually we don't really want to get beat by that fastball, and especially last weekend with the velos they were running by us. This week, each game will present a different challenge, so I'm sure we'll have an individual approach for each game, but it's just grinding out at bats and passing it to the next guy.
Now, what was it like watching David and then Jack go back to back? Talk about the swing of emotions from being down 3-1 to up 4-3 in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was the craziest, I think, moment I've ever had on a baseball field. I mean, in that stadium, you could feel kind of the pressure and the outs, and they were counting down outs, just like we were after that inning. So I let off the inning, made the first out, and I had to gather my thoughts. And when Dave hit that home run, it really brought a swing, and then Jack just piled that on. And from that point, we never looked back.
What do you know about Texas at this point? I'm sure there's more to study, but
I haven't watched a whole lot of them. I know they're a great team, and every team that we're going to see this weekend is a good team. But the coaches really handle a lot of that, and we're just excited to go back out and play. And we know if we bring our A game, that we can play with anyone.
is the feeling, and for answering the question, but I mean, you go to Tennessee and win 2 out of 3. It can't be any more difficult than that against anybody, right?
Well, we talk about it all the time, and it might not feel this way from the outside, but we know we're kind of just playing against ourselves. And if we play our A game and we bring to the table what we know we have, that we're confident no matter who steps out on that field. And if we don't, then we kind of got to live with that result. But if we play our A game, we're super confident.
What's it like being maybe the story? Like you weren't the story in Statesboro. You weren't the story last weekend. Maybe now it's become Notre Dame. Watch out for that. Like it's different for you now that you're compelled. So he's given what you've done the last 2 weeks.
Right.
How do you make sure things don't change?
Yeah, I mean, you try to do your best to block out the outside noise, but it's inevitable. We kind of just embrace it. I mean, we went out and had success the last couple weekends, so we know there's going to be eyes on us. But once you step between those lines, you're playing the game of baseball, and we're pretty good at it, and that's what we do.